Moments ago, Dina, who is the head of the business office at the radio station, Control One, I guess that's her title.
Yep.
Stuck her head and I said, Gina, you're here awfully early. She goes, well, I've been here for 10 years. I've never had any interest in any of your guests until this morning. Tim Gunn's coming in. I want to get my picture taken. I don't know why she had to put the never had any interest. But she's very excited. You're kind of a big deal.
I'm very flattered, Matt. Thank you very much.
Yes,
and I met Dina only briefly, so I'm eager to get to know her better and have a picture taken.
Oh, you didn't get the picture taken?
Not yet.
Slide right in just a hair closer to the mic.
Sure.
So we can all hear you. Well, here's your project. Everybody knows he's Project Runway, and he runs Liz Claiborne and Kate Spade and God knows what else. And but I have a project for you.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous.
No, don't be. My colleague here, Bill, has a television show, a local, where to eat restaurant show.
Wonderful.
And he has this situation that you see a lot, people of a certain age who still wear the designer jeans with all the little snaps and curlicues on the rear.
First of all, I do not wear true religion jeans.
So,
all right, let's be very clear. I've never worn nor.
If you were to, Bill, as long as you accept responsibility for wearing it. That's all that I ask. Accept responsibility.
It's obviously not just Bill. And it's not, I don't know why I've chosen it. Well, because I work with Bill. This is why I want to start. You get that a lot with, let's take, for example, when Barack Obama threw out the pitch, I guess, what was that, the All-Star game or the World Series?
I forget
what it was.
Dad jeans.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got the dad jeans. Everybody made fun of him. But if he wore, like, designer jeans, I think he would have made fun of it just like a no-end. And the same thing is true for women.
Well, but
you get women, who are moms who look kind of dowdy, and say, well, she looks awful dowdy. And then you'll get a mom, like, say, a 45-year-old woman, and she's got something modern looking, and they'll say, well, who does she think she is? It's like you can't win unless you're 22 years old.
Well, but I'm all for helping people win. I'm all for striking that balance between not wanting to look dowdy and matronly, and at the same time not wanting to look like a grandma Jezebel.
I haven't heard the term Jezebel in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I see a lot of grandma Jezebels in New York, let me tell you. What is that 70-year-old woman doing working the bare midriff?
Yeah. But you see what I mean, though? It's a tough line there.
It is very tough, and if it weren't tough, if it were easy, everyone would look great. That's why I say getting your fashion right isn't easy. It's difficult and challenging.
But if you go to Europe, particularly France, and to a slight lesser degree Italy, everybody seems to look good.
Men and women.
This is the most unattractive country if you travel.
Well, I call it the Slavification of America. I
Well,
talk about it all the time. And it's a comfort trap. People want to feel comfortable in their clothes, which is why they wear them 2 or 3 sizes larger than what they should be wearing. And my refrain is, if you want to dress to feel as though you never got out of bed, don't.
Stay in
Exactly.
bed.
Stay in it. Just stay in it. Or take a sleeping bag and take a great big wide patent leather belt and cinch it.
Wow.
What's the first thing? Well, let's go baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Tailor? No, that's not a baby step. That's a big step.
That is a big step
That's
for
a
most
big
people.
step.
I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, the baby step is, before you buy an item of apparel, try it on at the store. Try it on there. I'm in and out of a lot of closets. And I'm not speaking metaphorically, though I could be.
That's a little too much sharing
Wow.
for this early in the morning, but okay.
It's interesting, though, and it began with my Guide to Style show.
Right.
And I would be faced with a lot of items of apparel that still had price tags on them. And I made an erroneous assumption about them, which was, oh, she hasn't worn these yet. No, well, that is true. She hasn't worn them, but she won't be wearing them because they don't fit her. And then my question is, well, why didn't you take it back to the store and either exchange it or get a refund? Oh, it's too much trouble. So once that item leaves the store, chances are, no matter what its value is in your own wardrobe, it's not going back to the store. So I'm always saying try it on and make no assumptions about fit. I mean, now we have the lying, deceptive shell game of vanity sizing, so you never really know what size you are because even though you may be getting bigger, retail wants you to think you're getting smaller.
Oh, I have a slight disagreement with
You
you.
do? I'd love to hear it, Matt.
I'm in favor of that.
Sorry.
Hey, honey, look, I'm a 34.
Yeah.
I've been a 34 since we got married.
But Matt, it's delusional.
Yeah.
It's delusional. I want to know that I need to lose some weight. I want to know that my waistline's expanding as opposed to the magic pants that, or the
Oh,
grandpa jeans with the elastic waist.
I got to tell you something. Lands End, bless their
Oh, here we
hearts.
go, yeah.
I don't wear them anymore, but they had a little magic waistband.
Yeah.
And so I had these, and I liked it, especially for golf. You know, they're very comfortable for golf. And so one night I'm in the kitchen, and you know, I didn't have a belt on. And, you know, my wife, wait a minute, what is that little thing on the side there? And I go, no, it's nothing. She goes, no, really, what is that? And she started poking around. She goes, okay, you cannot be my husband if you ever wear these again.
The
How
Expanda
long-
pant.
How long have you owned these? I go, I don't know, a few years. She goes, this is humiliating. Yeah, she
Wow.
caught me, she busted me, and I can't wear them anymore. But God, I love those pants.
I love your wife.
Well, she's not like, she's a, you know, one of those people that everyone, you know, hates. You know, she's like real skinny.
Looks perfect in everything.
I love her.
Yes.
You would love her. She's very nice.
Can I ask a simple question?
Sure.
The necktie.
Yes.
What is it?
Are the thin ones here to stay, or
I
is
don't
this
like
just a
them.
brief?
I don't like the skinny ties.
It's a matter of what are you wearing it with, and it's a matter of proportion with the lapel. Well, what kind of jacket you're wearing at all. I'm not a fan of the skinny tie either. I'm not. I find it very difficult to wear if you're over 21.
Yeah, it's a hard
It's a
look.
youthful look.
Yeah.
That doesn't translate well to
But-
anyone who has a real world purpose.
Yeah.
But in a weird way, I feel as though we jumped over the initial question. Okay, you're a woman or a man. You're 45 years old, not even like 40, and where's the line? What can you get away with? What can you wear? Can you? How old? When do you have to stop wearing True Religion?
Again, I've never worn
I
them.
didn't. Do you know what I'm asking?
I do know, and so much of my answer has to do with, well, what's your physique like, what's your lifestyle like, because there's some people who, in fact, can continue to do it. Depending on what you actually do. I draw the line. In some ways, it's easier with women's dressing. I draw the line at skirt lengths. You reach a point where that micro mini, unless you're Heidi Klum and you're a supermodel, that micro mini's got to go. Doesn't mean you have to wear skirts that are around your calves. It just means a couple of inches above the top of your kneecap is about as far as you probably should go. Because there's a difference between being sexy and being vulgar and being really inappropriate. And there are fine lines as well, and it has to do with your own physique, your own silhouette and proportions, and the silhouette and proportions of your clothes. Because that's the key to really getting your fashion right: silhouette, proportion, and fit.
I have a question from a listener, Mr. Tiger Woods. It's on line 2.
Hello, Mr. Woods.
Wants to know, what do you mean they can't wear skirts? But, yeah. When you say vulgar, yeah. Well, one man's vulgar is another man's.
Well, but I'm not a prude. I'm really not. There's something about exuding a sex appeal that has to do with, at least I believe for most of us, well, you want a little bit of mystery. You want to feel that there's something that is being concealed, even if only remotely, that's a bit of a tease, a little tantalizing, as opposed to thinking, well, I've got the entire thing right here in front of my face. And a woman in a miniskirt, if she sits down, you want to, how much do you really want revealed to you?
The old joke about she has to go to the beauty parlor twice a week. Anyway.
Oh.
Oh.
You never heard that?
I feel like my gag reflex is kicking in.
I have a joke for that too, Tim. I'm going to skip that one. Even I have a line.
Yeah.
We could just keep going. In this
How
direction.
do you throw a line like that out to me? That's just not fair. Tim will be at Bloomingdale's tonight between 6 and 8, so right around dinner time.
Chestnut Hill.
Bloomingdale's in Chestnut Hill, which is right off Route 9 in Newton there. And That's a whole Kate Spade.
We can continue this conversation at the
Yeah.
Kate Spade event.
The Kate Spade event.
Actually,